we're ticking down to Christmas here, and I'm reminded as I see all this price action here. There's two opposing positions, I guess, developing in the market, right? We got this part over here with the Fed that they don't seem to want to play ball and get the job done right with these foolish quarter-point reductions. And we all know the battle between the president and the Fed chair there. That's a political game they're playing. Meanwhile, we're suffering the burden of that out here as consumers and investors and citizens of this country, as is the rest of the world, right? The Fed sets that tone. On the other side, institutions, gosh, well, they're immune to this for some reason because they're throwing money at this crypto space like there's no tomorrow, and that's before the Clarity Act. Once the Clarity Act comes in, I got a funny feeling we're going to see a flood of money coming into it, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about here. But just keep in mind, this is how narratives work with governments, right? For instance, let me just give you an example. What was it? A few years back, they were telling us that cow farts were killing us and destroying the environment, and then what comes up behind that? Printed meat, right? All this, not real meat stuff. Everybody's going after Campbell's soup right now because one of their CEOs or executives admitted that, well, they print meat. Guess what? I'm not buying anymore. No more Campbell's soup over here. Didn't know that. Didn't read the can. Didn't buy that much of it to begin with. But you get my point, right? All these narratives come up, and all of a sudden, they're trying to push the public one way for a goal, right? A stated commercial and governmental goal, because people in government and the FDA know better. They know what's cooking, but that's how they do it. So they're doing this with crypto. They're doing this with markets and interest rates. And so to me, you have to see not just what they're saying, but what's actually happening on the ground, right? So let me show you this from Brad Garlinghouse. And here we go. He says, less than 4 weeks, and XRP is now the fastest crypto spot ETF to reach $1 billion. Since ETH in the United States. With over 40 crypto ETFs launched this year in the US alone, a few points are obvious to Brad. He says, one, there's pent-up demand for regulated crypto products, and with Vanguard opening up access and traditional retirement trading accounts for Americans, crypto is now accessible to millions more people who don't need to be experts in the technology. And number two, longevity, stability, and community are all underrated themes, that matter to this new set of off-chain crypto holders. So these large institutions like